Drugs such as GLP-1 are finding their place in the obesity market in South Africa. This as the country reports overweight and obesity increases or rises in adults, especially in women. Meanwhile, reports indicate that the number of obese individuals worldwide could potentially double by 2030. Nqobile Madlala reports.
The South African weight loss market has been hit by GLP-1 drugs, and for some, it's done wonders. Dr. Tracy Nalwamando has moved from 120 kgs to just under 80 kgs after committing to taking the GLP-1.
I am going to take my medicines for the rest of my life. I am not going back to that girl who's 120 kilograms. I tried every single diet known to men. Like, you name it, I've done it. 2 times, 3 times, I've done it. So the advancements of medical weight loss for me was just not just a revolution for me and my patient community, but also just for me personally.
The GLP-1 drug in South Africa have always been used for people with type 2 diabetes. The tirzepatide and semaglutide were found to be more effective. The drugs mimic a hormone produced in a small intestine that regulates blood sugar levels and appetite, leading to weight loss, giving a fighting chance for those fighting obesity.
I started my journey 2022 around July, the month of July. So it's been like, was it 3 years, almost 3 years in June. So started with just the injectable, lost a lot of weight on that, got to a point where it just wasn't pushing it. So reached a plateau, and that's what happens with a lot of people. And to support that, added on the tablet.
South Africa faces an uphill battle in fighting obesity, with reports of approximately half of adults being either overweight or obese.
South Africa, we've got some of the highest rates of obesity, especially among women. Currently, we've got about 30 million women living with obesity and overweight, and that is set to double to almost 18 million by 2030.
Now, obesity is linked to a lot of lifestyle illnesses: high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, and liver fattening disorders. It was previously called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It's now called MASLD, or metabolic associated steatotic liver dysfunction. And all of these accelerate various processes in the body that leads to not only early death, but also morbidities.
The National Library of Medicine reports that the GLP-1 drugs increase glucose intake in the muscle, decrease glucose in the liver, and increase satiety. One expert believes accessibility to these drugs will do a wealth of good.
I do think this is a time for action, for us to unlock action on obesity. We need political will, right? That's a big thing. 2, we need to have action on different levels. And the third thing, these drugs, which are great, we need them accessible at an affordable price.
Meanwhile, there are over 1,600 personal injury lawsuits filed against Ozempic in the United States and around 55 in Canada, alleging various side effects and injuries. Lawyers are suing the manufacturer for failing to disclose the potential risk of gastroparesis, which is incurable, and gallbladder disease. Users are suing for the loss of life and the future medical bills. Of late, lawyers are investigating cases of intestinal blockage and vision problems that are not yet linked to the drug.
So they develop what we call gastroparesis. And some people have been admitted to hospital where they thought they had obstruction, intestinal obstruction. But they found that this drug really stops the movement of food out of the stomach into the gut. People feel fuller for longer, hence they don't want to eat. But a small percentage of people, they've got total shutdown of their gut, and then they end up in hospital. So people need to know their complications and their risks.
Nalwamando says those using it are aware of the side effects.
Let's not be naive. It's the nature of the game. Medicines have side effects. Even your good old paracetamol has a big insert that actually lists the side effects. Should we be scared of paracetamol? No. The same thing applies to these medicines. We need to support people living with the medical condition of obesity, not only because people want to look and feel comfortable in their bodies, but people are fighting for their lives. Over 220 conditions can actually be said now to stem from obesity.
Doctors warn that this is a lifelong commitment because stopping the medicine could cause weight gain. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Nqobile Madlala in Johannesburg.